It says it's preparing that. Webinar is being live streamed. Excellent. Sounds like it's still setting up a little bit. There we go. Right, so it's preparing that. And we don't want to hear that though. So let's mute that. Okay, a little bit of a lag there. Beautiful. Now, we're about to dig in here. Just making sure I have my notes here because I did copy some of those questions over that we've been getting in email as well from some people who wanted to ask here but couldn't join us live. So I'm going to record. Get going. Okay. Hello. Welcome officially to our Q&A call here for really all questions, energetic allergy healing modality related, and even more specifically, Self-Healer's Journey, the 8-week course that's coming up here. We're about to get started. Related questions for that as well. So I've got some things that I'm definitely going to be covering with you today. So go ahead and start, popping your questions in that you may have for me into the chat here. I see one here. Patricia mentioned possible for people who took this class last year to repeat it. Yeah, so we're still that is possible. Yes. So with the Self-Healer's Journey and my Energetic Allergy Healing Certification course, those two programs, when I do run them live, Self-Healer's Journey, I'm not sure how far into the future I'm going to keep being able to repeat this course. It's come to a kind of a point in time where it's hard to get all the things into my schedule every year. So we'll see. This might be the last time I'm teaching Self-Healer's Journey, or it might not, but that is something that it's possible this might be our last time. But if you've taken it in the past, you joined me when I taught this class last year, you are able to join me for this live. If you would like to come through it, repeat it, and just be part of that live experience with our group that's joining me for this course this time, you are welcome to do so. We do have a special link for you that is getting sent out through email. I know we haven't gotten to everyone yet, Patricia. So I think what we will, anyway, it's a link that will give you access to the 2024 course, because we do have a new course for in Kajabi. So the other thing I'm going to do is we've been flooded with emails. So thank you for your patience, people, all of you who may be waiting for answers to certain questions you have been asking. That's one of the reasons I'm here and doing this call today. But also Patricia and anyone else who might have also taken this course last year, I will put the link for you to register for the 2024 course, so you have all of this year's information, including our Zoom link and all of that. And I'll post it in our Self-Healer's Journey Facebook group also, because that might be a faster way for some of you to go ahead and get registered. But don't worry, we'll make sure you get there and are in. So for me, this is one of those courses that holds, essential training for working with energy, for doing healing work, as well as my energetic allergy healing certification course also has those same essential components for anyone to do, to know and to learn and have tools to do high level, effective, tangible healing work, working with energy in a safe way, safe container. And, I really get to share from my, over 30 years of experience of doing healing work, what I've learned that's important and essential when doing this kind of work, whether it's for yourself or other people, right? So That said, those two programs I consider, you can almost like consider it maybe a loyalty program, where when you register and you come and you join either one of those courses, I let you come back through when I do teach live next at no additional cost, even if I've added additional content, upgraded or updated tools, adding in new teachings, which has definitely been true for energetic allergy healing certification course. Self-Healer's Journeys is still a little bit more of a baby in a sense. I put it together and taught it for the first time last year. So this is just the second time of teaching it. That energetic allergy healing certification is my original training course, teaching people how to clear allergies. And that's where we get trained and work with allergy kits that have today over 8,000 allergens. And it's taught over 12 weeks. However, when I first started teaching that course in 2018, I taught it over a weekend, like a more of an immersion style workshop. And we probably had less than half of those 8,000 allergens that we were working with to resolve inflammation, more complex allergies, disease and pain in the body, and a lot less teachings about it as well. So it's expanded and it's expanded and it continues to expand. And I always allow everyone who's come through it to come back through the next live class and get all new information, updated tools, and all of that at no additional cost, including the allergy kits themselves, which are a body of work that has taken me 10 years to put together and create and really optimize them so that we can all, as practitioners of this modality, work with those kids effectively and really go deep into the healing that our body needs right down to the cellular level to resolve inflammation, of course, allergies, but also to heal pain and disease in the body. So, yeah, so we'll get you that link one way or another, Patricia, and anyone else that's asking that question and looking for that link. It will happen, I promise. And do you have any questions, any other questions for me? I'm not seeing a whole lot popping in here into our chat box. I do have questions, like I mentioned, that I've copied over from email that I definitely want to get to. And I know that people that asked me those questions in email are going to be looking to this replay and listening for those answers. Okay, Colette, I got very sick, spike protein from my clients who have taken the COVID and flu vaxes and shedding. Ivermectin helps as well as Lynn's, let me see here. COVID correction MP3s. Okay, I'm very sensitive to it and wonder if you can help me with clearing it. Alternative media, there's a lot of info on it. Yeah, so I definitely began creating a healing tool immediately once COVID kind of hit the scene and we started understanding, what that was about and what was happening. The guidance was very strong to get to work quickly on that energetic support to help people with that. And in two ways, right? The COVID, those spike proteins from SARS-CoV-2, the virus itself and the different variants, then of course it started developing and kind of washing through the collective, right? And also the COVID vaccine itself and creating protection from shedding, like you're talking about here, Colette, as well as helping people who have had the vaccine to, release toxins from that and restore, harmony into the body and reduce inflammation from that vaccine. So many people, were faced with horrible horrible decision, pushed up against a wall or rock in a hard spot, if you will, with the threats to lose their jobs and livelihood and all of that if they didn't get the vaccine. So there's a lot of people that have needed help with that. And it has created issues, for people. Obviously, we're really seeing the results of that today, a couple years in to that vaccine now. And anyhow, there is, yes, we do have tools to help with this, Colette. And we've been able to really support people with it. And it's part of, I'm thinking about this here. So the main place, and this actually leads me to something else I want to share today, but the main place that has those tools right now that's connected to the self-healer's journey. They're not part of the self-healer's journey, the 50 plus tools that are part of that program. However, the early registration bonus that I have been offering for this course is my Releasing Pathogens and Pathogen Patterns program. And it's a favorite. It's many people have it. We've had lots of amazing feedback about it. Such a supportive package of energy tools when it comes to helping us with pathogens of all kinds. And I had created that package before, some of those tools I had created just before I had the COVID vaccine trauma healing fully created and offering it to my community. But I went ahead and added it to that package after it was created. So there, part of that pathogen program is the COVID healing that I created to help people with long COVID issues, as well as to help create immunity, prevention when we come in contact with COVID, different, variants and whatnot moving forward. And then also that really much needed healing support and protection for the COVID vaccine. And those have been added to that package. So Colette, I don't know if you've already joined me for the self-healer's journey, or it's on your radar, you're considering it, and that's why you're here asking me these questions. But it is there, and that leads me to something that I want to share with you here today. And I'll be sending out an email as well about this for those of you that have already signed up to join me for the self-healer's journey. So I made that an early registration bonus. So that ended, I forget what day, I think on Sunday or Friday, maybe it was Friday, just as we were heading into our 3-day Memorial weekend here in the United States. And I have had so many emails come in saying, oh my gosh, with Memorial Day weekend and all the things going on, I'm just now catching up with your masterclass replays and just coming across this early registration bonus, just seeing it now, but it's past the date, past the deadline. And can I please have that? And so that leads me to the next two things that I want to share here. And again, there'll be an email going out today as well for those of you that have already joined me for this program. If you joined after the deadline, which I do believe was last Friday, I'm going to go ahead and extend that because I've already given it to a few people that have written in and asked me saying, oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't see it until it was too late. And so I am extending that early registration bonus. I'm going to extend it for 3 more days. And that means if you've joined me since Friday last week, you're going to be getting access to it in Kajabi. Okay. So you'll see that. Just give my team a little bit of time to give people access to that who will now be getting that. So we'll give it 3 more days for that early registration component. So you'll have basically through Sunday, June 2nd, to still grab that, which leads me to my second piece of information, and it's all connected. Because of the overwhelming emails saying, I'm just now catching up with the master classes, classes starting on the 30th. I didn't know. I can't make that happen. I haven't had time to plan. I haven't had time to get through all the master classes. It's 8 hours of masterclass content for you with deep information that some people are telling me they're watching it, 2 and 3 times just to have all of that kind of sink in and process it all. So there's so much information, and there's a lot of healing in each of those days. And that's 4 days because I added an additional day. So we've decided to postpone the start date of this course. It was supposed to be tomorrow. And after a team meeting today, we decided to postpone it until next Thursday for our start date. So we're now going to be beginning on, what is that, June 6th instead of tomorrow, June 30th. Okay, so again, we'll be getting that email out pretty quickly because some of you are thinking we're starting tomorrow. So, and also for those of you who, really took that fast action on purchasing this course before that first deadline, to get that pathogen package bonus, which sells for $247 on my website, you're going to get something else in addition, something else special. So because you did that, and that means a lot to me, and I want to honor that. Okay, so just watch your email. You're going to have these bits of information coming into your inbox here soon. Okay, so Patricia, thank you for starting later. Thank you, and thank you. Yes, Colette, yes, I'm interested to join. Whatever will help me with this. Needless to say, I'm giving up on doing reflexology for now. Sometimes we just need more, you know. There's so many complexities that are at play. My camera's blurry. I wonder what's going on. Let's try that. That better? Huh, we just went out of focus a little bit. There's so much at play energetically with all things COVID, pandemic related even. The emotions go deep. The trauma for so many people has become deeply imprinted on our cells and our energy bodies. So we need powerful support that's addressing those many different types of energy patterns that are at play, that are complex, to kind of overcome and heal from all that's wrapped up in that, right? From the pandemic, COVID, and COVID vaccines. So, and the spike proteins, yes, created a lot of problems, and it's made it so that we need a lot of different types of allergies now being cleared that maybe we had some issue with, and maybe we weren't, consciously aware of those pre-spike proteins, COVID and vaccine. But now post-COVID, post-vaccine, we have all these, so many people have all these new allergies, intolerances, food intolerances and stuff that they never dealt with before. So now not only do we need to go into the energy systems and clear the many different allergies and energies that are related and directly connected to the vaccine itself, vaccine ingredients, spike proteins, the COVID virus, but also other viruses that were sort of activated in the body, which is part of the long COVID problem, which is part of the COVID vaccine problem for so many people, like Lyme bacteria, like Epstein-Barr virus, and other coronaviruses that predicated SARS-CoV-2, like coronavirus MERS, coronavirus SARS, and other herpes family viruses as well, shingles and herpes 1, herpes 2, cytomegalovirus has been just like a huge emerging issue for people, which is herpes virus 5. Since COVID and the COVID vaccines, people have had escalated issues with yeast and fungus like Candida. So now we need a lot of tools to really dig in and clear out all these layers and complexities that we weren't, dealing with pre-COVID and COVID vaccine. So anyway, I could talk about that in itself for a long time. It's a deep issue, and we need that support. All of those issues you described, and Lyme. etc. Yeah, so that pathogen package is working with a lot of those, with all of those actually. And the self-healer's journey is going to also bring a lot of the components and pieces that are now allergies for people that they didn't have before the trauma in the body from COVID and COVID vaccines. So the two together are absolutely fabulous, and will bring a high level support. I mean, I've had one of my energetic allergy healing practitioners. I can't think. I see her face right now. Can't think of her name right now. I think her name is Gail. Shared recently how, 2 private sessions with energetic allergy healing tools with someone with Lyme disease, and she completely released all symptoms in just 2 sessions. So we can do a lot with these tools. And I'm really, really excited to be diving into the self-healer's journey and sharing a lot of the essential tools, really powerful tools that will change a lot for all joining me for this program. And those bonuses are also consciously picked, because they complement the work, the tools that you're getting in the self-healer's journey really well to give you even additional support in some areas where people are really needing that right now in the world. So anyway, so I'm opening that up. So class is now delayed a week. We're going to allow more people. They have been heard. We are listening. They want more time before we start. So we're going to do that and allow them that time, and also the time to still grab that bonus of the pathogen package. Okay. All right. Any other questions for me? So Janine says, I think I might have missed that bonus. Well, now you won't. Now you haven't. So Janine, I'm not sure if you signed up already. If you did, well, and you don't see that bonus in your Kajabi library, you will soon. Give us a day or two here, and we'll make that happen. If you're on that fence and you're feeling called to this program, but you haven't purchased it yet, you have a few more days to grab that bonus. And there's other amazing bonuses too that are really supportive and helpful that there is no time constraint on. They're just something you get when you come in. Yeah, you signed up. Okay, I felt like that was true for you. I think I've seen you in there. Okay, so great. Any other questions? If not, I'm going to go ahead and start addressing some of the other questions that I'm seeing, have been seeing in the inbox. Okay, Kimberly, I feel still quite deep in my self-healing journey. Feel not confident yet in healing others, though it's always come naturally to me in multiple ways. Okay, from mothering to a portrait photography business to home organizing to being an artist in my past selves. Yeah, I haven't worked for income in many years of health issues. I'm ready to bring change into my life. I don't have clarity about investing in certification courses, though my guidance, my angels and guides are encourage the effort. Yeah, I may need more. So Emily, if you haven't received an email from us, because I have read your email myself and I've talked to Emily, who's helping me in customer service right now, Emily and Emily. If she hasn't gotten back to you, I actually thought she did. So hopefully you haven't been missed, but we do want to help you be a part of this program, and we're going to do that. So just stand by. You're not left out. And we've had that conversation together, and we have some ideas for you, okay, to help you out with that. I'd love to have you in class with me, and I love to help where I can help for those who are feeling called to this work. So Colette, fantastic. I'll have to wait to get home as I'm at the beach getting some vitamin D3. It is pouring down rain outside here in Seattle right now. Like, I just heard it, like, kick up a notch, hitting the windows. Oh, what I would give to be at the beach right now. Okay, well, you enjoy the beach, you enjoy that vitamin D3. I will send this out as well to my community, who's been following the masterclass series here. And, oh, and you're welcome, Emily. And okay, so let me go ahead and answer a few more questions, and then I wanna run so I wanna run one of the tools for you today. So if you are in my Facebook group, Miracle Healing with Kimberly Carlson, you know, I recently, have jumped in that group 3 different times over the past week and shared some more sort of bite-sized information about these tools and ran some of them, one each day in the group that have a different focus. So one of those in my group was, actually we're going to upload these to YouTube today too. So those of you subscribed to my YouTube channel, should be able to find them there shortly. But one was clearing allergies to vitamins, which are essential for cellular health, our energetic health too. Vitamins really represent light here on the planet. And so clearing allergies to vitamins is so essential to help us to be able to absorb them properly, to begin to rebuild our cells, our organs, glands, body systems, you know, healthier, stronger, higher functioning over time as our cells renew. Um, we need to absorb them fully because they are amazing detoxifiers of the body, immune system, you know, pathogen fighters, you know, immune support, all of that. There's so many reasons that we need to be able to really fully utilize and absorb vitamins, and so many people are allergic to them and they just don't know it. There's nobody teaching this. There's nobody talking about this. And yet it's widespread. Um, you know, personally, I feel everyone has an allergy to some degree, whether it's small or really big, to at least one vitamin, and most people to all of them on some level, which means we're not getting the full benefit. We're not able to really utilize those when we're in resistance or disharmony with them, right? Our body is going to reject most of what we're ingesting for those vitamins, even high quality supplements and whatnot. So I ran the Daily Multi RX in that group, and that is one of your healing tools. That's part of the self healer's journey. And you're going to love having that tool because you can become allergic to vitamins again, you know, down the road. And you need to have tools that you can use to really help yourself shift out of those really quickly. Those nutrients are so important. You know, we become allergic to things again down the road based on our human experiences, right? So when we go through a divorce or a death in the family or a conflict with a close friend or a family member, or, you know, some sort of trauma or some overwhelm on any level, emotional, mental, spiritual, physical, or just experience high stress. Those are all scenarios where we can become sort of re-allergic, even to things we've cleared in the past. We can become allergic to them again if they are kind of, if our mind, body, spirit is connecting those different things in our environment as we experience the trauma. I talked about that in the masterclass series that I did, I guess a week and a half ago, almost 2 weeks ago, maybe. So these are valuable tools to have every day. And that's why, to me, they're essential tools. And that's why I'm providing it in the self-healer's journey. I also did allergy healing for spring and summer, pollen and flora, you know, vegetation allergies as well in that group. And then I did another one on deep relationship healing. I just did that yesterday, actually. So sometimes I'm able to just pop in and do something, you know, quicker, and I don't get to announce it. So it's good to be part of that group if you want to see those as they come in and grab those when I do them. But also all three of the healings that I did recently are all utilizing tools that are part of the self-healer's journey. They're tools that you will use all the time when you have them at your disposal, and you can run them quickly wherever you are, whenever you need them. Doesn't matter what you're doing, you can run it quick. You can be in a business meeting and in your mind, oh, I feel like I really need to run this healing right now. Maybe you're feeling a lot of icky, kind of disconnected energy or distorted energy between you and another coworker in this meeting, and you're really feeling uptight, or it's making you feel such a way, right? Could even be a physical symptom that begins to present because of it, like a headache. And you can just run these tools right there. No one will even know you're doing it, right? You can just run them right in your mind, just like that. And it can switch the energy so fast and help you, navigate your day, your activities through your day, the connections that you make through your day with so much more ease when you have tools like this to work with quickly and easily. So today, I would like to run the relationship healing for you all, the deep relationship healing for you here again. That's actually part of a series of tools that's in my Energetic Allergy Healing Advanced Certification course. There's actually a series of 10 of those. This is the first of the 10. It's still a good size package of energy, and it's doing a lot. And it's a tool that I suggest people use daily along, as they are working to heal their body, to heal their relationships, to heal their lives. And I'm going to run it today. Okay. And I'm going to talk about it just a little bit. And again, this is a tool you'll use all the time. I use it probably almost every day. Some days I might even use it multiple times a day, as I have awarenesses of different ways that could support me in a moment, an experience that I'm feeling or having. So, okay, Janine, does the certification run side the self-healer? Will it start afterwards, please? Okay, so that's actually a question that I was on my list to get to, because that's been coming in an email as well. So that's a great question, because there is the bundle, right? That bundle offer that saves you a nice amount to have the self-healer's journey alongside energetic allergy healing certification, my level 1 course, with the tools in that course, not just the allergy kits with the 8,000 allergens to help you target your specific and unique allergens that are creating issues. It gives you the allergy healing tool, which allows you to clear an allergy to anything, anywhere, anytime, and quickly in a given moment. So you can take your supplements and look at the ingredients and run an allergy healing for yourself for every ingredient in there if you feel like you're not digesting that well, or maybe you feel nauseous afterwards, or have a headache afterwards, or whatever, you're not experiencing a symptom. You can do that for your skincare, hair products, cleaners in your home, soaps, detergents. Like, there's so much you can do with that tool to really support you in your life. So it's an amazing course in so many ways, and it partners so perfectly well with the Self-Healer's Journey tools. So it's starting I don't have an exact date, but I won't get to teach that live until October this year, but it is happening this year. But when you get the bundle, you do get, it gets put in your Kajabi library, and it's all there and available as self-study. So you don't have to wait for Kim to start teaching it in October. But you can, if you want, as well. So depending on what kind of time, space, energy you have, you could always dive into that sooner. It's designed, I create all of my training courses in such a way where you can easily learn without coming to a live call. There's practitioners all over the world who've never come to one class, and they're doing amazing work with these tools. But also, if you want to work with clients, you do need the certification course. Self-Healer's Journey is for self-healing only. And, I go into deeper teachings that you need to, if you're going to work on this work with these tools on a larger scale. to call yourself an energetic allergy healer. More training is needed and more tools are needed. So that's how that's working. And I mentioned this in the beginning, but you won't pay anything in addition to join me for the live call. So, including when I teach it again the next year and the next year. So that's a promise that I've made and have kept ever since its creation. Okay, your recent email mentioned making the jump to healing others with this modality. Yeah, I'd like to hear more for making it more real and possible to my brain. You and Alicia's Sacred Light and EAH healings are with me every day for calling in change in every way toward the health of my body and my life. Aw, Emily. Love that so much. So I would say that I probably have just shared some additional information about that class that's part of that bundle. And if you haven't seen a link to that page where you can see more details about it, let me see if I can grab that real quick. I have the Self Healer's Journey page up. Oh my gosh, it's raining so hard out here right now. Okay, there's the Self Healer's Journey. I don't have the other one open right now. I can get it. I can get it here real quick. But also there is a link to the Energetic Allergy Healing Certification course. If you scroll to the bottom to that bundle offer, there's a little gold box that says, learn more about the Energetic Allergy Healing Certification course. Let's see, here it is. Okay. I'll throw that into the Zoom chat here as well. Okay. So there's that course. Okay, let me look at the other questions and then I'm going to run a healing for you. And again, if any other question pops up for you while you're here with me, just throw that in the chat box. I want to make sure I'm getting to all these questions here. Okay, this one was kind of a big packet, but it felt beneficial to share. I feel like there's others of you that might have some similar questions about these healing tools. So this is from someone here, says, I've just completed your first 3, I'll just leave her anonymous, first 3 of your recent healing classes and loved it. I have a couple of questions. Hope you don't mind me asking. The first, when we're listening to you, is it better to let the words wash over us or better to try to work out intellectually where the issue is originating? I found myself trying to intellectualize it a bit and second guess what past traumas I may have suffered in a past life. And that did feel rather distracting, to be honest. So in the end, I just let your words flow around and into me and trusted they'd do the work. Okay, so that's more of a share, but it's also a question. Yeah. So you don't need to intellectualize the healings. These healings are going to go into your energy system and they locate the specific patterns that the tool is designed to locate for you uniquely in your field. Okay. These tools are always working within a person's Akash as well. And so the healing is very individualized. I do this work for a group of people that is remote work. It includes my family, some close friends, and a few mentorship clients when I work with them, and sort of extended time periods, and a program or a package that I've offered. And I call it my pod, okay? Like a whale pod. And I kind of feel into the energy of my pod and will ask to be shown what healing I can bring in and run for everyone in my pod that's kind of optimal and maybe priority that day, for example. And I follow the guidance that I receive and I run that healing. Obviously, I have permission from all of these people or they wouldn't be in my pod. to do this work, which is an important piece that I also teach. Um, and I tell you, the feedback that I get is phenomenal. I mean, we have family members that don't have this allergy anymore, can eat this food when they never could eat it before, aren't having hay fever anymore, aren't getting those nauseous stomach flus anymore. Like, so many things have happened and they don't know when I'm running things or what I'm running. So this is a really perfect example. And I've seen this over and over again for many years before ever even creating the modalities that I work with today and train people in today. So my point is, we do this work remotely and we can run these tools, and who the recipient may not even be aware that you're running whatever you're running at the time you're running it, and symptoms disappear. Right. And things change. I'll have people reach out to me sometimes who are really aware of energy, and they can feel me in their kind of in their awareness in their field. And they'll say, "You just did such and such for me, didn't you? Like, I was having this symptom and it just completely disappeared. You were working on me, weren't you? Did you just run healing for the pod?" So this is the kind of stuff I hear all the time. So to bring the point home is, we don't need to intellectualize, right? We don't need to, there's no overthinking. We don't need to get that analytical brain involved in order for the healing to work with our energy to clear, release, and heal exactly what we need um, in any given moment, right? We're receiving exactly what we need from the tools, even without having that conscious awareness. So no need to overthink. I think that what you said here, to be honest, in the end, I just let your words flow around and into me and trusted they do the work. Perfecto. That's the space you want to be in. That's really perfect. Sometimes when healing is running and I'm, doing live healings with a group or in class, sometimes I'll have your people, me too, me included. Sometimes we'll have a visual of something, like a memory maybe, and we know it's us, and we know that it's about us, but it's also not an experience that we have an awareness of this lifetime. So oftentimes we will have memories come up that are past life memories, for instance, or what could also seem or feel like a past life memory could be an energy that's clearing that is ancestral for you, that you've been holding. And it can feel like a past life memory, perhaps, because maybe it's your grandmother's experience or grandfather's experience or great, 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 that can go on and on. Grandmother, grandfather. So you may have awarenesses that come up as healing is running, and that may be something for you to like go, oh, interesting, but just kind of witness that energy and just have that confidence and that trust that whatever it is that is coming into your awareness, it's happening because of what's clearing, of what you're connecting into for the intents and purposes of letting it go, right? Releasing it, and you're processing it out as you integrate the healing. So let's see, what else here? When you mentioned the class would help with grief, I immediately thought not of a death, but of the loss of my sister's friendship. See? And I think it has released some of that grief. Exclamation point. Yes. So that was day 1 of the masterclass series where we worked with the death energy, death trauma, healing, and that grief and the heart and the lungs. Yeah, that was day 1. We experience death in so many ways. And, when I left, when I chose to leave the family religion that I was raised in, for instance, and I was no longer allowed to associate with all of my family and my community that I was raised in after making that choice. And for me, that was one of the largest deaths I have ever been through. And I carried grief from that experience for decades. And, this happened when I was 28, 29. So a long time ago. It took me a long time to get to a place where I could think about family members and whatnot, without being overwhelmed with grief. But I also didn't have these kinds of tools back then. But, once these tools were created and I had these to really work with and really go deep and accelerate my healing, I am in a really good place with all that is, because I'm able to, when we release our trauma and we release the connected grief and we release the connected anger and resentment and unforgiveness and all the different, things, rage, that goes with those types of experiences, we are able to move into a place where we're holding a higher perspective. We can see the bigger picture. And in that place, we don't experience that kind of pain because we understand that we haven't really lost anyone or anything. It feels like it right now, but we're all one. We're all intertwined and interconnected, and it's just a change. And they might not feel, as present for you here right now, but they are still with you and connected on that heart and that soul level. And we'll meet again too, in other life experiences as well. But it's almost impossible to hold that kind of a perspective when you are in the thick of that pain, of that loss. And many things feel like a death that aren't, right? My family didn't die. They didn't, go anywhere, but they were removed from, I didn't have access to them anymore. And it felt like a death. So I completely understand that sentiment and that experience. And we can move past it and we can move into that place where we have that higher perspective. We still miss people, right? But it doesn't have to hold that intense pain when we clear the trauma and the connected emotional frequencies that get embedded in our energy bodies and in our literally in our cells as well. So these tools are phenomenal for this. All those tools from day one of the masterclass series, the deep relationship healing that I'm going to be running for you here in just a moment also, and that's also part of the self-healer's journey, is another one of those tools that can really, really help with this exact type of experience too. Okay, let's see here. I'm wondering if this healing is relevant for arthritis, lower back pain, shoulder pain, which I'm suffering from quite a bit, even though I'm not even 50. Yeah. My husband has a skin condition. Also pretty sure it's trauma related. Basically, would your course be suitable to help with these symptoms, please? Now I'm reading these specifically, but I got a lot of questions like this in my inbox about this course and energetic allergy healing work in general. And my answer to any disease, any symptom in the body, and can this help, is yes. It's always yes. Even, we've even been able to help reduce pain for people where it's structural damage to the body, like worn out joints, inflammation from bone rubbing on bone. Are we going to fully release that pain 100%? No. But we have been able to help people be so much more comfortable and have less pain, less inflammation, even in a situation like that. So once the tools in this course and all the tools of energetic allergy healing modality in general are helping you to heal at the cellular level, restoring health and function at the cellular level. So the implications of that are huge. And they are limitless in what can be healed symptom-wise, disease-wise, pain-wise in the body. So number one, because we're addressing those essential components that I've talked quite a bit about, I call them the fundamentals, clearing the allergies to the vitamins, clearing the allergies to minerals, clearing allergies to proteins and salts and even sugar. Tiny bit of sugar is a nutrient. The body does actually need a little bit, just not the way we consume sugar today. And essential fatty acids, all of that. When we clear the allergies, now we're able to absorb those. That's one way that we are working towards resolving symptoms, all kinds of symptoms, reversing disease and reclaiming our health. That's one way that's essential, so important. The other is that we're also clearing allergies to toxins, whether it's energetic toxins or the physical toxins that they attract. Chemicals, metals, fungus, bacteria, viruses, parasites, and so on. And now as we continue to reduce that cellular inflammation, I showed an image of this in the masterclass series. As we reduce that cellular inflammation, now more good essential nutrients are getting into the cell and more bad things, toxins, are now able to get out of the cell as we reduce that inflammation. And that's what we're doing. And we're releasing toxins across the board, whether it's low vibrational, distorted energy patterns like emotions, like guilt and shame and grief and all of that, or limit programming, right? Programming that limits you, programming that creates pain and problems in your life, in your body. Those trauma signatures, trauma energy, and a lot of other types of energy patterns that are also create confusion and distortion and are viewed as toxic by the intelligence of your cells. So we're addressing so much, and this is why we are able to calm down inflammation the way we do, and really quickly for some people. That happens faster than others, depending on the amount they have. And, we're able to get the body healing. And therefore, I have literally had to come to a place, not that this is a bad thing, almost making it sound like a bad thing, like had to. But, as I was working with these tools when they were new, and people would ask me that question, can it heal this? Can it heal that? I don't know. Let's try it and see, And what we found was phenomenal. Like, people were healing from all kinds of disease, inflammation, allergy related health issues, pain of all kinds, all types of things that, they've been told are incurable. There's no help. There's no answers. I've had people tell me they've tried everything from functional medicine, mainstream medicine, to a lot of other energy modalities as well, and didn't get what they needed, for that healing until they came in contact with me and these tools and this work. I hear it all the time. So my answer is a resounding, I know we can help. I know that we can improve any disease. I know that we can be slow down a degenerative disease. I know that we can change our genetics so that we don't have to have heart disease when we hit 50 because your father did, and your grandfather did, and his grandfather did, and so on and so forth. We can change all of this so we can be preventative. We calm down that inflammation. Your body starts to rebuild itself as it detoxifies and absorbs nutrients. And I have found that we can heal symptoms and disease in the body, even chronic, long-standing that people have had for years, whether it's skeletal system or really any um, kind of origin or presenting in any specific system of the body, at least 50%. Often we see 80%, and we love it when we get that 100%, but we actually get that quite a lot. So I always just say, let's see, let's try it and see. It's a minimal investment to try it and see, for real. Okay. And then let's see, was there any other, let's see, yeah, and psoriasis, by the way, is more psoriasis for anyone dealing with that issue that's come into the inbox, and that's more autoimmune related, autoimmune disease category versus like eczema or other skin issues that we resolve pretty quickly and easily with these tools. Psoriasis we can get there. It does take a little more work and dedication, as there's more complex allergies involved, as a bigger kind of story there that needs to get unwound and worked through to get the body out of that autoimmune disease state. But we have had success with that for many people with many different types of autoimmune issues. So yes, yes, and yes. I'm wondering what the difference between the Self-Healer's Journey course and the Miracle Healing program I already have in Kajabi. So there's a big difference. So even though there might be a few of these activation style healing tools that I run for people in the Miracle Healing program, which is a 13-week program that is actually a bonus that I give to people who come into my energetic allergy healing certification course. It sells for $7.97 on my website, but I include it as a bonus for certification of that particular course. But the Miracle Healing program is a healing only program. And I take you over 13 weeks. I basically take you through allergy clearings for the different groups of allergies that I work with in my allergy healing kits. And then I partner that with some belief work and feeling downloads that are relevant for each kind of allergy group that we're working on. And then I also run some of my other healing tools, like the Daily Multi RX. More than likely I ran in that program. So, but the Miracle Healing program is a healing only program. So those tools don't become your tools to run for yourself. So you can just do that quickly or to run for other people. Self-Healer's Journey actually has every single of the 50 different healing audios that become your tools to run for yourself after class. It has each of those recorded separately as a healing audio that you are receiving that packet of energy from me. And then in the class, I also attune you to all of those tools, which means we embed the energetic signatures of that tool into your energy system. And that's what makes you able to run that packet of energy for yourself. Okay. There is something extra powerful about that, actually, because I actually wasn't aware of until not too long ago. Even though I've been attuning people, students and practitioners to these tools for years now, is that for many people, I don't think it's not everyone, but for some people, when they become attuned to an energetic allergy healing tool, it actually allows that healing that they get from that packet of energy to kind of anchor in deeper into the body, because we're embedding those energetic codes, right? The signatures into your energy field. And people have become aware. Some people have let me know that once they become attuned to a tool, they've experienced a deeper healing from it than they did before they were attuned to it, but had received it. So we get to really go deep into this program in the Self-Healer's Journey. You get 50 tools You have them all as separate recordings so that you can process and integrate everything with ease, no matter kind of where you're at on your ability to process energy and integrate energy tools like these. And you can download all of the healing audios are downloadable, so you can repeat them easily, put them on any device. Plus, Kajabi also has a phone app. So that means you can access your recordings and your allergy healing programs directly from your phone, which makes it even easier to move through class content, as well as to kind of grab the different healing audios quickly when you need them for support in whatever moment. But then you also become attuned to them so you can run them for yourself easily. That means you don't have to listen. You don't have to go find that recording from Kim for the daily multi. You're like, you have an awareness. Oh, there's a vitamin. I'm needing to clear that again. Instead of having to go in and find that recording and listen to Kim's, 5-minute recording, because I usually bring people through a version of getting grounded and connected before I run healings. You can just say the words, the name of the tool, just like I do. And you've been hearing me do this in these calls and classes, and you run it just like that. So really, it's just getting attuned to the tools and kind of committing those names to memory. But I also do provide an at a glance document as well, just listing out the tools, the number of each tool. So it's very easy for you to, grab that and run it for yourself. So it gives you a lot of freedom as a healer to do this work for yourself. So that's the difference between those two courses. How long are the calls and what are the time requirements of this course? So that's a good question, and that one varies truly. So there are recorded videos, trainings in each of our 8 modules for the self-healer's journey. Those vary in length too. So for instance, like I think the muscle testing and pendulum and kind of training module, I think that's maybe 30 or 40 minutes, and it's recorded. And then we do Q&A. Then we have our weekly live Q&A calls, and those tend to go 90 minutes. They've gone as long as 3 hours before. Really, it just depends on how many questions people have for me and how much time I can stay there and work through everyone's questions. So it's really important for me to not just give you tools, but to make sure you understand how to work with them, okay? And how to understand how they're working with your body, your energy body, all of that, energy bodies. So the time commitment, I would say per week, if you want to keep up with us for the live 8 weeks together, probably is I would say 2 hours would be a low estimate. I would say probably 3 to 4 hours is more realistic if you're wanting to get through all of the content and through the whole Q&A call. Those Q&A calls can take some time. So I hope that answers your question there. It's not super straightforward. It's probably the best I can do on that one. But you have the class as self-study, right? You have forever access to this course in Kajabi. So, not everyone, even if you start out with me, coming to all the live calls, maybe week 4, week 5, you might start dropping off a little bit. You might fall back a bit. Maybe you got really busy one week. You had other commitments. You couldn't make the call. You couldn't get through that module. That's okay. You can still come in, be part of the next live call, and, get to the modules that you've missed as you have time for them, because they're there for you, okay? Can I use these tools effectively if I'm not great at muscle testing or using a pendulum? So I teach those for a reason, right? They are handy energy tools or skills to have when we are working with groups of healing tools like I provide for you in the different training courses that I offer. especially when we're working with the allergy kits, which is in the energetic allergy healing certification course. It's even more helpful then as you work through the kits to discover the optimal allergies that you need to clear to resolve a bigger, problem, symptom, pain, disease, and whatnot. However, this self-healer's journey course, even though we have 50 plus tools to work with, especially if we count the heart breath connection meditation, that process that really helps you get into your heart and get into your body, get grounded, connect to your higher guidance systems. It's between the training and having the at a glance list of tools, I still feel like even if you're not super awesome at muscle testing, you'll still be able to work with the tools in this class pretty effectively. Okay, because I don't just hand you these tools. We talk about each tool, what they contain, what their benefits are, what they're doing for you. So you're going to learn about each tool as well. And I also have to say that when I teach muscle testing, I can't tell you how many people have told me, now that I went through your class, I can muscle test and feel confident about it. And I never could before. I've been muscle testing since 2003. I consider myself a muscle testing master for real. Even I'm not going to be 100% all the time. Okay, we can be influenced by emotional attachments and different things. But the more the training I provide has helped so many. And then the other thing I would add to this is the more of our own trauma that we clear, the more of those lower vibrational energies that we're clearing out of our field with these types of, really layered, complex, and, energy anecdotal healing tools, the more intuitive you become. Okay. And I hear this all the time, all the time. I feel more intuitive. I'm having more awarenesses. I'm able to sense those subtle energies around me so much more easily now. Okay. And that's because all that trauma, all that that translates into or manifests as inflammation in the body is a clog. It plugs you up, right? It blocks your flow of energy in the body, that chi, that life force energy. So your channel is clogged. So the more we clear, the less clogged we are, the better that energy is flowing through our energy systems. And we become exponentially more intuitive, and we continue to become more intuitive over time. Okay. This is fact. This is proven. This happens over and over again all the time, and including for myself. I still get more intuitive the longer I do this work and work on myself. Okay, it happens in levels. So just like everything else, happening in levels. So that's what I would say about that. And I do feel like this is a perfect class for you to jump into, even if you are not feeling super effective or confident about muscle testing, because it's not as many tools to work with as some of my other courses. And it's going to be a little easier for you to navigate that way as well. Okay. But you're also going to get better at it. You will. Okay, so if I purchase the bundle, we talked about this already. When is it going to be taught live? Can I start that while I'm waiting? Will there be extra cost to purchase that if I purchase it now in that bundle? I think we covered all of that. So I think we're good there. Oh yeah, I missed the early registration. I really wanted that bonus. I heard that a lot. Okay, so we already talked about that. Okay, I think we're pretty good here on my end. Any other questions that you have for me here? Beth, how do we organize and store all the programs and healing? So it's all in Kajabi for you. So Kajabi platform, it's an amazing platform for courses and programs. And everything is organized into modules. You have student documents that you can print up on your own that are available in the course. So that at a glance where it lists all of your tools, the names of those tools, so you can easily run them for yourself. And another document with all of those tools listed again, but with the descriptions in print for you, so that you can continue to familiarize yourself with those and understand some of their components and how they're working for you. And so it's all there and you can print it up. What I suggest for people, I don't have it. Let me see, let me grab something. Where did I put that? Oh, see, I put things away. Okay. I put that in the wrong spot. So for me, oh, I see, I have a little chore for myself too. So I'm gonna move that out of the way. For me, I always suggest getting, this is how I do, and what I suggest practitioners, students do, is get a binder that you can use. Especially, I talk all about this in energetic allergy healing certification course, because all of the allergy kits get printed up, and working with them in this way, landscape print and just one-sided print, is a perfect way to be able to utilize them, work through them when you do this work. And I teach you how to do all this in that course. But a binder is a great idea, even for, if you're having multiple courses, or even for Self-Healer's Journey, maybe it's a smaller binder, or that you can put your printed out documents, your student documents in. I like to use these clear 3-ring binder sleeves to protect them, and also to be able to put them in the binder. And then you have that to access. Could also add additional paper and have notes in there and everything else as you move through the course and you're learning. So that's an idea. Okay, hope that helps. Lisa, what specific healing would you recommend for sensitive gum areas that only hurt even when light pressure is applied? Not sure what it is, nerve pain, but also have displaced discs in my jaw from an injury many years ago, mostly on lower right side, but also upper right side. It may have coincided with COVID, as all areas of my gums are very generally sensitive, even when I eat soft food. Okay. Well, I feel like one of the tools that's going to be helpful for that is the Healing Your Relationship with Your Respiratory System healing tool that's part of the Self-Healer's Journey, which I know you've joined me for. You're going to be part of this class. So that's a tool that you'll be getting trained in, and it'll be yours to continue to work with. And I would also say to work through the pathogen package, that early registration bonus, to work with quite a handful of pathogens that are often behind some of these issues, even for gums and mouth, health as well. And also, pathogens, I can't tell you how many times I've worked with skeletal system related pain. So you mentioned your jaw. And there's pathogens that are part of the problem, creating inflammation in different parts of the skeletal system, including the jaw. And once we get those addressed, that inflammation calms down, right? And the pain disappears. So I know pathogens are a part of this story for you, Lisa, for sure. You're mentioning COVID as well, may have, but I have another healing tool, but it's not part of the Self-Healer's Journey. It's called the dental support healing. I did work for that. I had a whole 90-minute call on that in my Miracle Healing Sanctuary for 2023. I don't know if you were in there or not. But that dental support healing is really great for that. Trying to think where else that, I don't have that anywhere else other than in an advanced kind of expansion kit for energetic allergy healing practitioners training course that I taught recently. So I need to think about where else that can go to support people where they need it. But there's also other tools. Even the Breathe Easy, I can feel that Breathe Easy package. I feel like there's some healings in there that'll be helpful for you to work through as well. That was one of the bonuses with this program. So just start feeling into, Lisa, if you feel like you muscle test or use a pendulum, start feeling, ask and feel into what recordings you have access to right now that will help you with that, and start going for those, because I feel like some of those are in those bonus gifts that you have. Okay, until we start getting you through the course and trained in some of the other tools that are going to be yours, but you don't have yet. Okay, yeah. All right, I hope that helps. And let's go ahead and run the healing today. And I'm going to record it separate. I may send this healing out as a separate healing even. We'll see. See what we're going to do with it. See what I have time to do with it. Okay. Okay. So for the deep relationship healing, it's easy for you, really. You're just going to go into your heart. You're going to feel into a relationship that feels priority to you to have this healing run for, that connection, that relationship. Or you might have someone that you just know, hey, I'm really struggling with this relationship and I really want to use this healing today for that relationship. That's fine. Either way, also you can just sit in the energy of it even and just allow it to go where is priority for you in the moment of receiving it. I wanted to, this is a versatile, deep relationship healing tool is a versatile tool that literally you will use again and again and again. It's an essential tool, in my opinion, that everyone should have, and it is part of the self-healer's journey, but it's complexly layered to bring deep healing to our relationships, clearing many types of distorted patterns and energies that we're holding in our connections to others, patterns that we've taken on or are storing in our body and our energy bodies. Right? This includes resolving and dissolving hooks, cords, and attachments, oaths, vows, and contracts, which create resistance, disconnection, and keep us stuck in painful patterns within the relationship that we're directing this healing to. Right? It's clearing past life trauma from past experiences where we've connected with the individuals that we're running it for now, that we're having these hard experiences with today. It's clearing out low vibrational stress, overwhelm, fear, anger, resentment, grief, and conflict patterns within the relationship. It's clearing distorted love patterns that are bound with conditions, unhealthy expectations, limitations, and obligation. And it's also bringing in a level of healing for the thyroid gland and the throat chakra, clearing trauma and other patterns within the relationship where we haven't been able to speak our truth, voice our opinions, our wants, our needs, or where we may have felt repressed, suppressed, and controlled. This is assisting us in reclaiming the parts of ourselves that we have disconnected from, rejected, or abandoned in order to be in the relationship, possibly that we're running this healing for, as you receive it, for increased sacred personal power and wholeness. Okay, there's more this tool is doing, but I feel like that's good enough share here for what to have the awareness you need today. And let's go ahead and do it. All right, so let's take those just few minutes, and I want to make sure that I'm helping you get grounded for those of you who need that, because that helps you take the healing deeper, and it also helps you to process and integrate it with more ease. Okay, so closing your eyes if that feels comfortable, dropping down into your heart, beginning to breathe those longer, deeper breaths through your heart. Finding a 5-second inhale and a 5-second exhale if you can. And imagine that you're breathing as if you're breathing in and out of your heart. Good. Feeling into that partnership between your breath and your heart as you begin to relax more and more with each breath. Beautiful. And taking a moment to, as you continue those longer, deeper breaths through your heart, taking a moment to place your focus and awareness on the connection within you between your heart and the heart of Gaia. Beautiful Mother Earth. Taking a moment to connect in with the heart chakra of Gaia, that beautiful golden love light within her heart. Holding the intention to anchor yourself in here, into the heart of Gaia. And as you do, just see, sense, or imagine that golden love light streaming into your heart, amplifying within your heart. You can imagine it's lighting up your heart with golden light. Beautiful. Good. I'm hearing to run the sacred light purification here, so I'm going to do that. Also a tool that's part of the self-healer's journey, just to clean your energy field here, your heart chakra and your chakra column. Running this now, create or change it. Good. Continuing those longer, deeper breaths through your heart now as you begin to place your focus and awareness on the connection within you between your heart and the heart of your higher self. Allowing each breath to expand you within this connection, bringing you into deep heart-to-heart connection with the highest aspect of you that you can access right now in this moment. Beautiful. You can hold the intention to anchor yourself in here, heart to heart with your higher self or your divine aspect. Continue those longer, deeper breaths through your heart. Now place your focus and attention on the connection within you between your heart and the heart of Creator, the heart of Source. Expanding within this connection with each breath, coming into that source of source light, beautiful iridescent source love light, pure creation energy. Just noticing how as you anchor yourself into the heart of Creator, just noticing how this iridescent source love light is streaming into your heart. It's amplifying in your heart. It too is lighting up your heart. Just noticing how all of this light in your heart is continuing to expand with every breath, expanding from your heart to fill every cell of your body and all the spaces in between. Expanding out from your physical body to fill your entire toroidal field so that you are in the center of a ball of light that's about 12 feet in diameter, and it is vibrating, it's glowing with these highest of frequency, love, light, energies, and codes. Let's take a moment to notice how loved you are in this space, how supported you are in this space. Beautiful. And finally, just holding the intention that you stay really grounded, really anchored into all of this light and into these essential connections as we move into our deep relationship healing work here. So go ahead and hold the person that you would like to run to have healing run for you within this connection, for this relationship. Hold them in your mind. If no one is really specifically popping up for you to run this for, then you can just go ahead and accept this healing, just sit in the energies and let it clear for you what it's going to clear. It contains a lot of healing for you, whether you're working with it in a relationship connection or not. We're running the deep relationship healing now, divine love and light, creator change it. Good. Beautiful. Trusting that energy is going, is flowing to exactly where it needs to go for your optimal, most highest benefit, for what is your priority right here, right now. Beautiful. Good. We're going to anchor all this healing in now, anchoring it into your heart and high heart, mind and higher mind, anchoring into your cells, your DNA, your RNA, anchoring it into your Earth Star chakra just below your feet, anchoring it into the heart of Gaia, into your soul grid, and into all 12 dimensions now. Creator change it. Perfect. And we are complete. All right. So now we've done that. Oh, Emily, deep relationship healing with myself. I hear that a lot. And I run it that way for myself. And in fact, we'll talk about this in class too. I bring a lot of teachings forward with these tools so that you can understand the multiple uses that each tool has, so that you can really optimize all of these tools. I'll share with you really briefly. One of the ways that I do this and teach about this is to run it for different parts and aspects of self. So maybe it might be the parts of you that hold deep abandonment trauma. Maybe it's the parts and aspects of self that feel abandoned. You can run it for yourself with those parts and aspects of self. And we can experience and produce really amazing results when we use these tools. And so many students and practitioners actually tell me ways that they've been guided to use these tools that are ways I hadn't thought of before. So I love what we all bring as we learn tools like this and we work with tools like this, and the way people are guided to work with them, and then and share that with me, and then I get to share that out, with the rest of the students and practitioners. And again, we go deeper, right, with how we're working with these tools and the myriad of ways that they can be utilized. So, okay, good. I'm not seeing any other questions. Did I miss anything? Miss anyone? No? Okay, good. If you have any other questions though that come up for you after, since I wasn't able to live stream this into my Facebook group to see those comments, I'm still learning how to kind of see and go check YouTube for comments and all of that. That's a whole new territory for me. But you can always email us at hello@kimberlycarlson.com, and we're doing our best to get to those emails, but get them in there. If I need to do another Q&A call next week, even, I will do that. I will schedule it. We'll make that happen. Yeah. And until I see you wherever I see you next, whether it's in the self-healer's journey or another live stream somewhere. Just holding and sending so much love to you. And I appreciate all that you are, all that you are transmitting from your beautiful heart into our collective and beyond. Every single one of you is amazingly important and needed here on this planet. So love to all. See you where I see you next. Okay.